Say what you should say.
You make it seem I'm so close to my dream, and then suddenly it's all there.
Suddenly, the wheels are in motion, and Soundcheck.
Well, hello there and welcome back to another vocal analysis here at Voice Essentials. My name is Dr. Dan. Today, once again, we are listening to the fabulous voice of Tori Holub. Holub? Oh, Tori, I apologise. I find myself apologising for pronunciations of names on a regular basis. I butcher names all the time. Apologies. I give it a good crack. We are also listening to, and I know how to pronounce this name, Daniel Wesley, who I think goes by the name of Dan in a not dissimilar way to myself. Dan is a new voice to us here at the channel, but a fabulous voice and a multi-instrumentalist, as we will see in this performance. This song is of Tori and Dan, or Daniel. Which do you prefer, Dan? Daniel? If you have a reason to watch this video. They are doing the recording of a piece called Suddenly, which was recorded by Olivia Newton-John, a lady who I am very familiar with because I grew up listening to Olivia quite a bit as a kid. My mum loved Olivia Newton-John. Sadly, she passed away a few years back now. And she's doing this is at a time when she did a duet with Cliff Richard, who is a very well-known singer from the 70s and 80s into the 90s from the UK. And so, yeah, this beautiful duet is gorgeous. A really good example of kind of 70s. Is it 70s or 80s? 70s kind of sort of easy listening. And for me, because I listened to so much Olivia Newton-John growing up, more vicariously, because my mum would have the LPs on the time, this has a lovely nostalgia for me. It really does. And of course, you know, listening to that, the beautiful tone of Tori Holub, just there's every reason to love it. Let's dive in and yeah, have a listen, and we'll look at tone and we'll look at performance, and of course this is a studio pre-recording, and so we might have a look at pitch analysis as well. Here we go. Oh, he's got himself listed as Dan Wesley there, so I dare say Dan it is.
She walks in, suddenly the hero. I'm taking in, my hopes begin to rise.
Pretty song.
Look at me, can't you tell? I'd be so thrilled to see the message in your eyes.
You make it seem I'm so close to my dream, and then suddenly it's all there.
Suddenly, the wheels are in motion, and I'm ready to sail in the ocean. Suddenly, I don't need the answers, 'cause I'm ready to take all my chances with you.
So let's pause there. Let's build some context around what we're watching. Remember, we are a Learn to Sing channel, and so context is a big part of making our observations. Firstly, what I think the context suggests to us, I'm fairly confident that these vocals have been pre-recorded, and then the singers, Dan and Tori, are then singing along with the pre-recorded vocals into their mics on screen. And so where there's an occasional mismatch of lip movement or whatever. What does that suggest to us? It suggests that there's work probably being done, almost certainly being done in post on the vocals. And that's important because we watch a beautifully produced video like this, which is very, very sort of home video, but it's been done in such a beautiful level that the danger for us when we come to it and we we set up our iPhone and we record ourselves and we go, I don't sound anything like what I'm listening to Dan and Tori do. That's because they're using a lot of tools to make it sound that good, including the fact that they've pre-recorded the vocal, been very focused on the development and presentation of their voice, and then done the video recording as a second point. Let's have a look at the pitch accuracy, because I think there's some interesting things for us to observe. So we're going to start off by just having a watch of it. We'll literally just watch what we've just watched, yeah, but through Melodyne.
She walks in and suddenly the hero I'm taken in, my hopes begin to rise.
When I look at that, because I've looked, at the previous sections, I don't think we're seeing any tremendous amount of pitch correction going on here, which is all too easy to apply in post to Dan's voice. Because remember, Tori will have, and I'm fairly confident Dan himself has produced this and put it all together. So Tori will have recorded her own vocals in her own studio at her place. And we know from other videos of Tori in similar setups that Tori sends her vocal stem through as basically a finished product that just gets plugged in, and not a lot is done to it after that. So we know from my observation here of Dan's voice, for example, this note here, just in the middle of your screen now, you can see it's sort of flat and then it gets corrected.
The hero.
And it's very, this second one here is quite flat.
I'm taken in, my hopes begin to rise.
And the evidence, in this long note here, see how the voice drops off. What we'd probably see in any tuning is this, even though Dan has excellent pitch accuracy naturally, we would see this flattened out far more, I would think. That's what I would expect to see. And also see how the voice just the pitch center just starts to drift a little sharp there at the end as he decrescendos. Let's go on to Tori's voice.
Look at me, can't you tell? I'd be so thrilled to see the message in your eyes.
You make it seem I'm so close to my dream, and then suddenly it's all there.
Suddenly.
So let's just bring it back to here, which is this opening section of Tori.
Look at me, can't you tell? I'd be so thrilled.
I think in this particular instance, we're not seeing any tuning either. We're just seeing a really good singer nailing the notes. I have done another analysis of Tori singing live, and there were even more observable inaccuracies in her pitch, but yet she was still pretty darn good in her pitch accuracy. There's a few things here that sort of leave me wondering.
Thrilled.
You know, this is sort of the note goes directly to the center. She is that good, but we do see that movement time and again.
See.
Mind you, that's a little flat there.
You make it seem I'm so close to my dream. So close
So that's her note.
to my
And it's hard because I haven't stem separated the two voices out from each other. I don't know. And I'm trying to be less categoric also in my analysis videos, because I'm never in the room. I wasn't in the room with Tori when she, having recorded her voice, went in and almost certainly added compression and EQ. There are things that she will definitely have done to her voice. She hasn't just, we're not listening to just a dry vocal, are we? So we know that there are things that she is doing and that Dan is doing in post. Is one of those things pitch alignment? I think the jury's out. You let me know. Remember, we're not looking to create a gotcha moment here. If she is using pitch alignment software, I don't have a problem with that. I really don't. Where I tend to have a problem with it is when it's applied to someone who could never do it live, without the assistance. Tori can definitely do this live and sound just as good. But there may have been some spit and polish applied, but I honestly don't know. We might come back. There might be some other points that, present themselves worth listening to and observing. But for now, back to the actual video.
And how can I feel you're all that matters? I'd rely on anything you say.
Can I just observe with Dan there, there's some beautiful... Now, I know for the performance, the video performance, there is a certain level of exaggeration that I think he's applying for the performance. But equally, what I'm observing him do with the structure of his mouth and the way he's forming vowels, there is a lovely intentionality about what he's doing with his tone. And you can see that in what he's doing with his mouth. Watch the movement of his lips. Less skilled singers, and dare I say lazy singers, one of the areas that you'll see some laziness is in the lips. And yet with Dan, we see a lovely working of the shaping of his vocal tract.
Can I feel you're all that matters? I'd rely on anything you say.
I'll take care that no illusions shatter. If you dare say what you should say.
You make
Can I also point out that and it suggests to me that Dan has recorded his vocals after Tori has sent him his stem, her stem, vocal stem, because the way he is setting his voice and blending in with hers is just bang on, particularly in keeping with the genre and the time, the 1970s easy listening ballad that this is. Have a listen to that again and just listen to the way Dan's voice is just blended in so beautifully. And that requires Dan just taking off a little bit of edge and creating a bit more ambience. Have a listen to it again, and then we might pop over and have a look at it in Voce Vista and have a look at what is happening to the tone.
Sail any ocean. Suddenly, I don't need the answers, 'cause I'm ready to take all my chances with you.
Now, part of that is how he's mixed it, so that his voice is sitting down and under. What are we at? 245. So it's going to be around about here.
I don't need the answers, 'cause I'm ready to take all my chances with you.
So what we've got here is this ambient level of note going on here. Notice how Tori's voice has got this lovely vibrato to it. And yet what Dan has done is he's created this sort of fuller resonance that what happens in the sonic connection of the two, her vibrato just gets, in fact, it might be better for it to be looking like that and looking like that. Her vibrato just gets ambiently connected in to and surrounded by the ambient resonance of Dan's voice. Lovely singing from Dan, because what it's not doing is it's not trying to dominate the sound. Again, he'll have mixed it so his voice is sitting in behind. But equally, I dare say, because my thought, and again, I don't know because I wasn't there, is that he will have recorded the vocal that we're hearing after he's received her stem. It could have been done differently, but that's certainly one way you could go. Anyway, all conjecture. Dan, if you have reason to watch this, let us know, educate us. We are a Learn to Sing channel. We want to understand so that we too can improve what we do in our own home studios.
I feel so alive when you're near. There's no way any hurt can get through. Longing to spend every moment of the day with you.
Suddenly, the beats are in motion, and I'm ready to sail any ocean. Suddenly, I don't need the answers, 'cause I'm ready to take all my chances with you.
Beautiful singing, and regardless of what was or wasn't done, pre, post, during, great presentation of that song. I'll tell you one very quick story. The guitar that Tori is playing, and you can go back and have a listen, is what it looks to be an Ovation. Ovation guitars are beautiful. They have like a rounded back. It might not be an Ovation, but Ovations are kind of known for also the circles in their soundboard. Anyway, back in 91 when I toured with a band living out of a suitcase for 10 months, I played an Ovation, and it wasn't my guitar. It was owned by the band. And or put it this way, back in those days, I think that Ovation, this is back in 91, cost about, I don't know, $3.5, $4,000. Like, it was in those days, dollars, it was a very expensive guitar. Sadly, it's no longer with us, because in the middle of that tour, we used to go around in a bus, like a minivan, and we had an 8-ton Pantech truck where all the gear went. One day we're driving along, we lost contact with the bus. Sorry, we're in the bus, we lost contact with the truck because we were on a 2-way radio. This is back before the days of mobile phones. And so anyway, we pulled over, we waited, truck didn't come, and the truck was never that far behind us. I mean, we turned around, we started traveling back. As we came over a ridge, there was the truck upside down on the side of the road. Of course, you can imagine the panic that hit us. Long story short, everyone was okay. The 2 guys in the truck cabin had gotten out and were safe. We think it was a side gust that just picked the bus up and put it up. Terrible accident. The massive analog sound desk that we traveled, I think it was a Yamaha something, sort of 24, 36 channel desk, which was sat in a massive big road case. It ended up going through the the road case of the Ovation, through the soundboard, completely cracked it in half. And that Ovation, the beautiful guitar that it was no more. And it was a sad day for a whole range of reasons, but because the Ovation was my guitar that I played, that was the biggest loss I had on that day. Fortunately, no other losses were had from memory. I think the guitar was the only thing that suffered. Well, the truck was a write-off, but that soon got replaced with insurance. There you go. I don't know if that story was of any interest to you, but that's when I see an Ovation, I always think of that Pantech truck being upside down. I hope you've enjoyed today's vocal analysis of 2 fabulous singers, and we do these analyses every couple of weeks. No, every week, and sometimes we do them twice a week. So I hope you'll tune in again. I look forward to seeing you again. I'm Dr. Dan. Sing well.